Live and free girls high school hoops comes at you from the Colt Corral tonight, where sharpshooter Annika Labaki in Clear Fork try for their 15th win of the season against all-around baller Abigail Hardwick and the Cardington Lady Pirates in a clash of D3 powers to tip off your Tuesday night's pre-game coverage. Takes over your eyeballs and your eardrums anywhere the internet can be found, and it's all on the way. Next.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Join me, Travis Big League Berardi, every other Wednesday for my Country Roads rankings, the top 5 girls and boys small school basketball squads right here in the area.
Exclusively on The Joe Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the MWD Logistics pre-game show. Great battle here tonight. A couple of Division III powers about to go toe-to-toe here inside of the Lady Colt Corral. I am Brian Skowronski. Tim Maceyko is joining me here this evening, and pretty fun matchup, I gotta say, as we just got the tournament draw on Sunday. We know the fate of both of these teams, so it's one of those games where it's 2 quality programs. Another good look before you go into that second season.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for both teams to kind of gear up for that postseason, right? The regular season's done. Now it's time to really get ready and rock and roll. And I'll tell you what, I love coming here. It's loud in here already.
Yep.
You can always feel the energy when you walk in this place. And if you're Cardington, it's always tough to come into this place and play. So they got their work cut out for them.
We'll tell you a little bit more about the Lady Pirates right now in our team spotlight. This is a team, it kind of appeared like they were destined for another KMAC crown, but stubbed their toe a little bit here in the season's second half. 2-3 over their last 5 games. They had a nice stretch before that, so it's just a matter of finding that continuity. They know that they have it. Sometimes it comes and goes.
Yeah, it just hasn't always been consistent for them. Like one game they'll have, a nice group playing together. The next minute they kind of look a little bit off on their own, and it's not quite that unity you want to see. But when they play as a team, they're good, solid squad. Good, solid squad.
And that young lady right there, a big reason why our player spotlight tonight, Abigail Hardwick. A kid that can really impact the game in a variety of different matters. You see she leads the Pirates in all 3 of those statistical categories as just a junior. She's like a Swiss Army knife out there on offense. She can cut you up. She can pass it off. Certainly can shoot it when she gets open looks.
Yeah, the thing about Abby is she's going to get the outlet quickly, and she's going to push that tempo up the floor, and she sees the court so well that she will push the ball ahead and hopefully get a few easy buckets here and there throughout the game. Now, last game they lost to Mount Gilead, and we were talking about this, how Abby was actually out because she had a head injury, concussion-type situation, thought she was going to go on game day, and then she gets hit in the head again and has to sit out that game, and it definitely affected maybe the outcome, but at least how that game played out.
Just dumb luck sometimes strikes, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Yeah, so they're happy she's back tonight, I'm sure.
You talked about Mount Gilead, the Indians, the defending K-MAC champs. They've kind of slipped right into the middle of the pack. Centerburg with those 2 big wins that they were able to collect over Cardington in about a 6-day stretch. That's obviously what's kind of decided this thing.
Absolutely, and you give Centerburg all the credit in the world. They've been playing lights out, and Cardington couldn't quite get it done when they faced them. And that's been the case all year for Centerburg, though, right? They've been rolling through people pretty consistently.
Yeah, they look like they are the best team in the league now that we're down the home stretch, and they are going to collect that K-MAC championship. Here on the road tonight, though, this is the test for Cardington. Got to go head-to-head with Clear Fork, who's won 5 of their last 6. They're only lost by 1 on the road at MOAC champion Shelby, who's won it every year so far since they've joined the league. And this is a great defensive team that when I've seen them in person, they can score in little clusters so they can hit you with some knockout blows, but they can be also a little bit inconsistent on offense where it comes and goes in spurts.
Yeah, you know what I noticed on the score was if they score more than 40 points, I think they haven't lost. But those 5 losses they've incurred have all come at 40 points or less.
Makes sense.
And so if they can just get that groove going and score some points, they make it tough for anybody to beat them.
Annika Labaki has been a standout her entire career. The all-time career three-point specialist, 44 made triples already for her this season. And you see the assist number, that's been coming up now in her senior campaign. The leading scorer on the Colts team. She's kind of like the lifeline, the pulse, I think, of this club. She leads on the court, and then also if she's got to verbalize it, she'll do that as well.
Yeah, you know, she was recognized last year for her ability. I mean, she was one of the 1-2 punch for them, in my opinion, and she is just even better this year. I mean, she can do it all.
Cardington giving a little wave to the camera, acknowledging OH report here in the house.
Look at him going.
And Tim Maceyko. So that's pretty cool. We got some royalty here hanging out with me tonight, Tim. I love it.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes when you're not the head coach anymore, people like you a lot better, right? I mean,
right.
You can be the nice guy.
Let's take a look at the MOAC standings so far in Clear Fork. They actually gave Marion Pleasant both of their conference losses so far this season. They just could not get over the hump and knock off Shelby. They were very close in both of those games that they had. But 0-2 against the Lady Whippets, who actually play Pleasant on Thursday to determine if they're the outright league champions. But Clear Fork, I mean, they've been in the mix from start to finish. It's a really quality team in a pretty good league.
Oh, this league is phenomenal, and you look at some of the teams you just mentioned, they're great teams. So Clear Fork can't never hang their head against teams like that, right? And it makes them better for games like this right here and in tournament too.
No question about it. Yeah, when you go toe-to-toe with some of those top dogs in there like the River Valleys and Shelbys and Pleasants, it's going to make you better. We'll now pause for the playing of our national anthem as we're getting you all set for a big night of girls high school basketball. But first, the Star Spangled Banner.
The Star Spangled Banner.
Big shout out to everybody out there who has ever served in any of our armed forces, allowing us the freedoms to be out here for high school basketball action. And we've got Clear Fork looking for their 15th win. Lincoln here on the road. They can notch number 13 with a victory here tonight. And we already know where they're going to be headed in the postseason. We'll begin first and show you what's going on in the D3 Shelby District, where Clear Fork is the number 3 seed. They get Western Reserve first out of the gates. They are the number 10. If they advance, they would host again after playing at home in that first round game and get the Huron Lady Tigers. So with a team that's as capable as the Lady Colts are and as much tournament success as they've had here of late, getting to some district championship games, you don't want to say it's a cakewalk here in their first couple of games, but you fully expect them to at least make it to Shelby in the district semifinals.
Absolutely. I mean, you got 2 home court advantage games.
That's huge.
And this team playing here is so hard to beat, right? And so I look for them to roll through both those games, to be honest with you.
I would be surprised if they did not, just given how well they're playing right at this moment at the end of the season. And then for the Lady Pirates, a little bit different path, but also it seems very doable. They get to play Columbus School for Girls, the Unicorns, get to play that game at home. Likely will have to then go on the road. Actually, they will. That will be for a sectional championship. And then in the district, which I don't exactly know where that's going to be held, they'll take on likely Bishop Reedy in a team that's not where they've been here in seasons past. So in all likelihood, we could see Centerburg versus Cardington round 3.
Yeah, I really like Cardington that first game, of course. And then, like you said, Bishop Reedy is not who they have been in the past. Still a solid team, don't get me wrong, but definitely a winnable game for Cardington. And wouldn't that be great to see a rematch of Centerburg and Cardington?
Yes.
That would be a wonderful game. I think everyone would love to see that again.
Yeah, the Lady Trojans, I think that they would take on that challenge of, hey, we got to knock them off 3 times in a year. And, of course, for Cardington, you in the back of your mind, it's really tough to beat us 3 times in a season. Let's go get some revenge when it matters most. So long ways away from that one. But it's out there, and a big possibility that could go down. So the Lady Pirates starters just introduced here. As you saw, they're going with Calkins. She'll be joined by Halibrin, along with our player spotlight, Hardwick, Jill Berkey, and then Kinston Henthorn. For the Lady Colts tonight, here comes Mel Labaki, who was our spotlight this evening. Lillian Weichel will be joined by Kylie Belcher, and then Brinley Barnett, the sophomore guard, rounds out your starting 5.
You know, one of the things I really love when I come here is watching the mini Lady Colts, right?
Unbelievable.
They involve them so well, and that's how you build a program. Coach Scott Sellers has done a phenomenal job here. He's a great personality. He's diehard about it. He's invested in these kids.
Sure.
And you can see that with these young girls as they're following them around for the announcements of the starting lineup. That's just a really cool thing, right? I love it. I love it.
And you don't realize how good they are since we get to see them all the time, and they're almost perfect when they're out there with their ball handling. My mother, in all respect to my hometown in Craig, Colorado, sent me a video of some kids coming out of halftime performing at our high school. Didn't look the same. They're doing very basic things. It's the same age range, a couple of hard dribbles and then maybe throw it up in a catch. They're not going between the legs and the figure eights and all that stuff.
Well, and that's where it starts, is this young age and getting them excited about the game, right? Like, too many times we got to just play games. We don't work on fundamentals. So the fact that they have this going on, and you can tell they're spending a lot of time on those fundamentals, and then it's paying off in the program for him long term. So it's just a win-win all around. I just give Scott a lot of credit. Coach Sellers doing a phenomenal job over here.
You got to give some credit to the players that grew up in that system and are now here and giving back to the younger, because I think that's where it all comes together for them, is that the varsity players, I think they love having these minis around because they once were them.
Absolutely.
And here we go. That wraps up our MWD Logistics pregame show. And off the tip, Blue Ball gets a quick shot 5 seconds in. Comes up short, though.
Yeah, they got a good look early on, but good defense by Cardington hustling back. And one of the keys for Cardington, I asked Coach Fitzpatrick, I said, what are you going to run defensively? He said, we're probably going to need some man-to-man and a little bit of scramble action. And we may even see a little 1-3-1 out of Cardington tonight. But as Coach said, there are a lot of great shooters on this Clear Fork team, so it's hard to zone up too much.
Man likely would be the way to go when you're going against Labaki and company. We showed you those 44 made triples, looking for 45 right here. Bottoms up on cue.
Yeah, nice screen for her to come off of that wide open. It's just a little too easy, and then throw away. So this is what I was going to say. For Cardington, they cannot afford – they've had some games where they had a lot of turnovers, and against a team like Clear Fork, you can't have a lot of those tonight if you want to be in the game.
At the next dead ball, we will show you our keys to the game. I think I know where Mr. Maceyko's going. Well, what a feed inside for Wyco. Great start here, 5-zip for the Lady Colts.
Yeah, great cut there, but really out of position by the defender. Just really too easy for them.
Pirates send it ahead here for Henthorn. Finds Abigail crashing down the lane and called for a travel.
That was a tough one. I don't have a replay here, but you get the replay?
We're working on it.
So now they're made up a little tighter here on the perimeter. They got to watch his screens, though. They're still getting picked off on those screens. Clear Fork's doing a really nice job moving.
Labaki's going to try her second, and 2 for 2, nothing but net.
Boy, they're just getting a nice little solid screen for her, just getting her open, and she's hitting right now. On fire out of the gate.
Boy, what a start. 8-zip in the first minute and 10 seconds. Another giveaway here for the Pirates. A 2-on-3 for the Lady Colts. Blue ball over the head of Barnett as to track it down.
Well, the key now is what do you do to stop that hot shooting? How do you get to work around those screens?
Well, you can't leave her wide open like this, Tim. Come on!
No. Yeah, Coach Fitzpatrick's not going to waste any time. You got to call a timeout and regroup because that is a hot start for Clear Fork.
In fuego, Labaki, 9 points in less than 2 minutes. I got a replay of this one for you, Tim.
that was just a beautiful shot. I mean, this girl can shoot lights out. Lights out.
That's why she's going down in the record books, the best to ever do it in the history of the Lady Colts program, and still potentially a long way to go with a couple of regular season games and then the tournaments. But to our keys to victory, let's begin with Clear Fork since they're doing some nice things so far, Tim. And I will let you go first. Talk about those TOs.
Yeah, I said they got to force some turnovers and hit some shots, and so far they got a couple turnovers early on. They got the throwaway and the travel call. And so if they can continue to hit shots and force some turnovers, it could be a long night for Cardington.
3 turnovers so far for the Lady Pirates, and my key for Clear Fork, get out and run, stampede, a little play on Colts. So far they've been able to do that, and it's paid off. And then on the other side, for these Pirates, I think you got to try to protect the perimeter. Well, that's not going so well.
Not to start the game. And then I said they got to value possessions, kind of like the turnover thing again, because I know Cardington is susceptible to that. And if we don't control that, the Pirates are going to have a lot of problems.
They do just get the ball in bounds here for Halliburton, and she loses it. Wow, turnover number 4 already.
Yeah, it's tough because Clear Fork is really aggressive. They work on this all the time. They're really great at man-to-man, and they get up in your grill.
Labaki, of course, is going to get a lot of extra looks on the perimeter after starting the game the way she has.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something with her specifically and make somebody else beat you with some shots.
Clear Fork's hit their last 4 after missing the opening shot. Pull Calkins out away from the rim.
So notice a pattern early on here. They're going to drive the lane, and they're looking to feed that corner. They're looking for Cardington to collapse, and they get those wide open looks from the corner. There's another one.
Wow, Mel Blubaugh continues the onslaught. Sharp shooting from all over the court. Last 2 coming from that corner.
See, and here's where Clear Fork gives you a lot of problem. When I was coaching over here, brought Fredericktown over here, and they did the same thing to us. Like, they get you up, they're aggressive, they're full court. You start to feel that pressure as a player. The coach doesn't know what to do anymore. You're like, oh, what do I do to this, right?
Sure.
And you got to settle down. It takes some time, but you got to settle down. And then once you get a couple scores under your belt and things start to flow better, the game kind of levels out. But early on, it's been nothing but Clear Fork.
Yeah, a couple of big blows for the Colts as they collect their 5th turnover. And looking to add to this 14-0 differential.
Well, and the way they're shooting outside, I don't know what else you can do.
The ball movement has been really impressive. Zipping it around, getting it to open shooters. Though this one comes up a little bit short.
Now, there's one thing Cardington's going to have to do. They're going to have to make sure they don't allow second shots tonight. I mean, as hot as Clear Fork is, you're going to have to own those boards.
Pirates do get it ahead of the pack. Ill-advised pass right there. Tried to force it inside.
Yeah, that was tough. It was 2-on-2, and, they're trying to make something happen, but that was just a tough angle.
Ooh, that's a tough angle right there, too. You don't see this very often, Tim.
No, you don't.
Wonder if any of these ladies got the bounce to get up there and knock that baby out.
Madison Calkins is out of the game. I think she would have. Oh, no, she should have the bucket over there. She's not going to try, though.
Take a look on the replay, the Panchos Tacos replay. Just squirt.
And then the official shows how it's not so easy to score, like Clear Fork's making it look.
Oh, should we watch this again?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here's the referee.
The student's like, don't give me the ball. I'm just going to knock this thing out for you, like this. I don't need a ball. I'm young, and I can jump.
Definitely worthy of a Panchos Taco replay. Yeah, put that thing aside.
I don't need that. Get it out of here.
Get out of my way.
All right.
So Clear Fork winning all over the floor tonight. They're even getting contributions from the fans. After a short break here, Lillian Weichel and Belcher back in.
Pirates, but they're going to reverse the call, which is the right call.
I think so, you're right.
I think it was a tough angle. He didn't realize what he saw. So they got it right. It's Clear Fork ball. Left her wide open out here. So it looks like Cardington is trying a little bit of 1-3-1 action here. We'll see what happens. I mean, why not? Your man-to-man hasn't been working.
Leichel from the high post, looking to go to work. Hesitation in the kick out. Another open three on the way. Colts have missed their last two, but they pick it off. What a read. Oh, too hard off the square. Chance for second chance points, but Berkey with the interception.
Now Cardington gets a little transition action. I see, you at least got to like that. They finally got out. They got to run the court, and they seem like they're finally settling a little bit. They just don't have any points on the board yet, but got a couple looks now.
Pirates have gone the first half of the first quarter scoreless. So they'll get called for a reach-in.
Not that it's going to hold, but right now that change up to the 1-3-1 it has done some damage. I mean, it's at least made Clear Fork kind of do something a little different. It hasn't been quite so easy. Yeah, they missed a shot, but there they got tied up. So let's see if it continues to work for Cardington.
Well, Colts certainly have cooled down. Just 3 points over the last couple of minutes for them after being shot out of a rocket out of the gates with this young lady right now. 3 for 3, not this time. And we're heading the other way.
Yeah, and it's so easy to say, well, Cardington's playing poorly, right? That should be your initial reaction. But the truth is, Clear Fork came out on fire. I mean, hitting shots. And in this defense, it's hard for anybody to play against. I mean, they just
smothering.
Harassing. Yes, absolutely. See, now they jump. A little bit of body.
See Belcher there on the Panchos Tacos replay. Deliver a bit of a hip check. Second foul on Clear Fork, just the first on Kylie.
See, we have to protect the ball, get out in front of our bodies is going to make it a little too easy. Clear Fork's just going to get up in your grill, and it just the big thing is, can I mentally stay in this game? And
that's a good start.
Right there it is, right on time. You know, she finally takes a strong move and finishes at the rim.
That was Abigail Hardwick with the domineering drive down the lane. Inside those second chance points for Barnett.
Yeah, it was a heads-up play by her by kind of tipping the ball over to her partner.
Blue ball coming over with a little bit of help. She ends up on her backside, and she's shaking up.
Yeah, that was a hard contact there as Abby turned around. Just kind of her momentum was carrying her in, and it's a tough one.
Yeah, blue ball looks like got the wind knocked out of her. She's going to take a quick seat.
Now, Cardington's had a couple good looks lately. They've seemed to settle a little bit. They just got to keep countering that aggressiveness that the Colts have. Maybe some backdoor action.
Oh, Blevins almost set up another one off to the races.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about right there. That backdoor cut probably would have been there. A little ball fake, a little backdoor action. Then that would force the Colts to take a little pressure off and start being a little more honest. Right now they're being over-aggressive because they're getting away with it.
And it pays off yet again. A whole mountain of turnovers in this opening frame. Barnett turned away rudely in the lane.
Yeah, Madison Calkins read that really well and said, nope, not in my house today.
I like the step through by Brindley, but just too small to drive in there like that.
Yeah, it was great footwork, though. Great step around.
Colts, though, will maintain.
So it looks like Cardington is still using that 1-3-1 look. You'd like to see them with their hands a little wider and a little more aggressive, but still I like the fact that it's working for them.
Move it from one side to the other. Now back into the hands of Brindley.
Yeah, you know, the Lady Pirates are starting to fly around a little bit more aggressive now. I like the energy. They haven't quit.
Skip pass for Barnett off the hesitation. We'll find Labaki. Quick pass out of there.
And there it is, that drive and then the kick to the perimeter. They do that so well, and it's been consistent. You can tell that Coach Sellers drills that obviously a lot in practice.
This is definitely a team that they'll live and die by the three on any given night. They're doing a whole lot more living than dying, though, here of late, and then certainly here tonight, though they've gone cold from the perimeter. Missed their last 4. Now going deep during Super Week. Calkins able to track it down. And I don't know if Clear Fork touched that or not. They're going to say no.
I don't think they did, but I like the idea. So again, Clear Fork's so aggressive. So this time Cardington went over top and actually, made a nice pass. And if we handle the ball, we get maybe possibly a finish there. So well done.
Clear Fork, they've done a decent job of taking their time and trying to dissect the zone. They've gotten some decent looks.
Yeah, and the big thing that notice how the game's kind of slowed down to in the court now. Now that zone is making them be a little more, patient.
Until now, Labaki just a fraction off Weichel with an offensive board.
Yeah, even her misses look good. Like, it's just nice form, good follow through.
And she's got a goldfish memory. She'll just keep putting them up.
Now here's where Abby's good. When you get her out in the open court, she's looking at the floor. Good ball movement.
Freshman Blevins gives off now for Hall.
Yeah, they got a couple freshmen out there actually. So
good look inside. Abby collects her own miss, but rejected the hard way.
Yeah, I love that feed by Madison into Hardwick. It was a really nice play, especially for, sometimes your post players don't make those kind of nice passes, and she caught it and fed it really well. But great defense by the Colts, not making it easy.
Calkins urgent to get some movement out there. Now she'll sneak in a pass to Longsdorf and one.
Yeah, now Longsdorf is one heck of a softball player, right? She's got a scholarship to go play college softball, and so she kind of comes off the bench, but she gives Cardington something a little different, a little more strength, some power.
You can tell she's an athlete.
That's kind of what she does. It's not finesse, but she's going to go hard, and so she gave him a good bucket there and drew the contact. And more importantly, played through the contact.
Right. Chance to scoop one more on top here and would just trim the margin down to 11. So Lincoln starting to settle into the ball game.
Yeah, he's probably going to go for the last shot here. Can't blame him on that.
And Coach Scott Sellers wants to draw something up here. 12.9 ticks remaining as we get a home and kitchen supply timeout.
I think this is a tough scenario if you're the Cardington coach, and here's why. Coach Sellers obviously wants to set up a play. They've been beating you man-to-man, so you don't really want to switch back. Like, typically you might say, let's go to man-to-man here. I don't know if you really want to do that the way they were tearing you up at man-to-man. But at the same time, he's obviously setting a play up against this 1-3-1. So what do you tell your kids in the huddle? I'm not sure what he's telling them, but that's something you got to talk about and think about. How are we going to defend this when we come out here, and what are they wanting to do? Because really, a made three-point shot here would really do a lot of harm. But if you can just hold off and keep this at 11 points, probably not going to feel as bad because you settled down, you got some points on the board, and you got a chance to.
Yeah, Cardington's won the last 3 minutes of game action here.
So they did go man-to-man. So Coach Fitzpatrick chose to come out, man up on it.
Down to 5 seconds. White Gold takes aim. He gets the friendly hop here at home to end the first quarter. What a start for the Lady Colts. 13-point cushion heading to quarter 2.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Back here in the Clear Fork Valley, the home fans enjoying a lot of what they've seen so far. 18 points for Clear Fork, 5 so far for the Cardington Lady Pirates. As we open up second quarter action, Brian Skowronski alongside Tim Maceyko tonight. And boy, the Lady Colts pressure defense, they just forced, that's their 10th turnover that they've forced Cardington into.
Yeah, that's sort of that 2-3 look that kind of scrambles, so they're going to come at you, they're going to trap, they're going to be really aggressive. It's not just a normal laid-back 2-3, which Cardington was not expecting that at all coming out of the break.
From one corner to the other now, back with Blue Ball.
And Cardington went back to that 1-3-1. They're playing it kind of, passive inside, but it's working well.
2 shots, no points. Weichel with the second attempt. And it's Hardwick pushing the pace, sending forward here for Halibrin. Baseline, tough shot.
Yeah, so if you notice what it looks like Clear Fork's trying to do is every time Hardwick comes down with the ball, they're trying to put a second person on her to force her to give it up and then just kind of try to keep the ball out of her hands. That's great game plan.
Colts got him spread 5 wide on the perimeter, and Barnett cashes in her first 3 of the night.
The whole key about that 1-3-1 is if you can make direct passes and move it around the zone quickly, that backside corner will be open.
Lady Colts have made 5 threes. They've now got 11 takeaways. 3-on-1, lays it off. Oh, looked like it would be an easy basket. Man, don't see that too often there.
No, Cardington trying to push tempo the other way.
And off the Belcher miss, they get it to Berkey down low and kind of a 4-point swing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jill Berkey is such a strong freshman, and she's actually a very young freshman. Could technically be in 8th grade, but had the credits, and so she's really coming along for being such a young player.
Yeah, her body type does not look like that of a 14-year-old either.
No, she's just like her sisters. And a few years ago, her older sister, Casey, was the K-MAC Player of the Year. So it's in the family.
Here she is again going to work on Blue Ball. Spins that one out. The follow, no bueno for Halibrin.
Now that play right there is what I love about Jill Berkey, because you have players that go hard, and you have what we call competitors. She's a competitor. Like, she's going to fight you for every rebound. She's going to dive on loose balls. You're down the pile. She's going to be pulling at it. She's going to fight every tooth and nail. That's just who she is, and you don't always get that out of players.
Kind of an enforcer on the floor despite just being a 9th grader.
Yeah, absolutely. She is going to come at you hard.
She helps force that turnover. Pops out into the hands here of Henthorn. Double team, slings it ahead, picked off. Belcher lost the handle.
Yeah, I don't know what. Cardington just kind of bailed on her there and left her alone, and so a nice pickoff, but then you get the turnover back the other way.
Just a little bit of butterfingers there for Kylie Belcher, who checks out of the contest. And Scott Sellers has gone pretty deep into his bench, 10 deep so far already.
CeCe Hall, another freshman, got around that trap nicely, but then we end up throwing it away, unfortunately. But again, give Clear Fork all the credit for that. They are forcing really difficult pass. It looks like they changed that call. It is going to stay Cardington ball.
Got a football score right now on our Panchos Tacos scoreboard, 21-7. Could have a change on that coming up. 2 free throws in the future here of Madison Calkins.
I really like this right here because what she does is she doesn't force an off-balance shot. You know, she takes that dribble, she tries to positions her body and goes up and draws the contact. Well done. A lot of players will just be off balance through that off-balance shot and don't really have much of a chance. So well done by Madison.
Coming in for Lady Colts, number 14.
Junior misses the first. Chance to make it a 13-point game and does.
Coach Fitzpatrick's asking for a 30.
The Pirates have called a 30-second
It's a home and kitchen supply timeout. 3-3 the score so far here in the second quarter. And the Lady Pirates, I mean, boy, they took a sharp blow at the beginning of the game. They took another big one, but they've calmed down. They've eased into it, and I think they've outscored Clear Fork, or at least they're even here over about the last full quarter of action.
Yeah, I could be incorrect, but I thought it was 14-0 at one point, if my memory serves correctly.
It was at least 11. I remember that.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, it's been a competitive game since that early onslaught of threes. And, you know, Coach Teller's not settled, though. You notice he went right back to that full court pressure after taking it off for a second. He said, hey, it's only, you know, a 13-point lead. We've got to pick this up and be more aggressive. I'm sure he'd like to see a 20, 25, 30-point lead before halftime, but Cardington is answering it right now. So can they continue to answer it? If they do, they can climb their way back into this.
And I see that we've got some keys to the game dropping in our comments section. Make sure you guys keep them coming out there. The next Home and Kitchen Supply timeouts. As we get a jump ball, I will read your comments over air. But the Pirates, defensively, is really where they're starting to pick it up. The zone giving Clear Fork a little bit of problems. They were able to eat up the man-to-man early, and it's been a game changer.
Yeah, that 1-3-1 has worked well. They got a trap there in the corner that time, tied it up for a change of possession. Now here's the key, you know, keeping people in the right spots and not turn the ball over.
Blue ball had it tipped away, but how about that? Wyco, right place, right time.
Just stayed with it.
Pushes a lead back up to 15 and more active hands for Mel.
Yeah, as you said, active hands. Just got to love that when players are just defensively never quitting.
Oh, lights it up and drops a bomb. Huge 3 from Blue Ball.
Yeah, you just cannot give her a step. You've got to be up on her grill constantly. I'm just so impressed with her.
Second leading scorer for the Lady Colts on the season. Having a huge junior campaign. Solid ball movement, ends up with Henthorne, too strong.
Now, Kinston Henthorne for Cardington, she can get hot, and then she'll knock down 2 or 3 or 4 threes. But so far, that's, I think, her first shot of the game.
Labaki wisely chases it out of the corner. The double has been coming. Now Annika's going to try to stroke another. Come on!
Oh, that's from downtown. I mean, what more do you do with that? That was just a nice, deep shot.
Yeah, darn near from Lexington with that shot there. Way outside for Labaki. Picks up a reach and foul here, but, I mean, one more look on the replay. Bomb City.
Yeah, we come out of the quarter and you're saying, hey, I'm down 13, and then all of a sudden you're down 21. I mean, just that fast because this team can shoot. Coach Fitzpatrick said to me, I'm not sure what we're going to do with all the shooters they have, and they're proving him correct. But that 1-3-1 had worked well there up to that point.
See if they can start getting some more momentum on the offensive end. Left hand, tough shot in the lane for Halloran.
Yeah, nice backdoor cut, a pretty good feed, just a really tough angle, good defense by Clear Fork.
Colts with some fresh bodies back out there in the mix. Blue ball looking for back-to-back trifectas halfway home. Berkey with the board, and she's fouled.
Yeah, it's just one of those, I'm going for the ball and being physical, and just came down on her when she landed.
Be the first foul on freshman Haley Thrush. Third team foul for the Lady Colts. 3:20 still remaining here before we get to our MWD halftime report. Nearly dribbled off the leg there by Hardwick. Keeps it alive, but not for long.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed, too, is Cardington has no fouls so far this quarter, and so you question it sometimes, am I being aggressive enough defensively?
That's a great point. Great point to consider. Sometimes you don't want to have 0 fouls up there, Tim, because that means a little lack of aggression.
Yeah, and you know, Clear Fork's going to foul you because they're going to be aggressive and they're going to take some chances. They're going to try to be smart about the fouls, but they are going to foul.
Thrush kind of a safety valve playing deep back here. And out of bounds, Kylie Belcher stepped. So it'll be a turnover here for the Lady Colts. Just their third 15 giveaways right now for Cardington.
Yeah, and we knew that if they had, 25 plus turnovers this game, it was going to be tough.
It won't add another notch to that column just yet. But here it came.
And the good thing is Cardington really hustled back, but they got a good look on the perimeter.
Belcher with the kick out, shot off target. And it's a one and done.
So now they finally look down court. Berkey gets behind the defense and then misses the layup. But I like the effort there. Good hustle. We're looking down court more if you're Cardington. And they caught Clear Fork again because Clear Fork's so aggressive. They're going to come up on you until you can beat them. And then they got to play a little less aggressive.
It's a shot Jill Berkey's going to make just about every single time.
Yeah, she'd love to have that one back, I'm sure.
So Clear Fork back with possession, just a couple minutes remaining here, a chance to really pile on. Shot from the corner from the junior is short for Rogers.
Yes, didn't get that box on the backside. It was exactly what they wanted. She overshot it, but then they make them pay on the second opportunity.
Elena Pelkey getting into the scoring column, and everyone making it rain out here tonight for the Lady Colts. Then they'll save it in bounds. Ashton Wine doing a ballerina move over on the far sideline.
I don't want to make excuses, but it's really tough when you have to play freshmen and against a team like this that's going to trap you, jump you, get you to the sideline in the corners. It's very intimidating at times.
And it's showing. Clear Fork in total control right now. Will they add 3 more? Not this time. Solid rebound on the interior, ripped down.
And see, here they come to double team Hardwick, which has been the game plan so far. It's worked out well, kind of limited what she's able to do.
Blevins with a strong take. She'll head to the free throw line and one.
Now that was a great move. Powerful move, determined, and she got there. Well done.
Just made up her mind she was going to take it. Nice through the defense, a little bump. And gets the Pirates in double figures.
Yeah, and that's that aggressiveness we're talking about. We're going to have on defensively, we're going to have to have offensively, or it's just going to be more of the same if we don't, right? I mean, if you're Cardington, I'm saying. Now, on the Clear Fork side, you got to like how things are playing out. You're shooting the ball well overall, and then we turn over, as I mentioned that. But as a whole, the defense has been good. It's been aggressive. He's been rotating the bench. Here come 4 more in the game.
Yeah, Sellers definitely keeping them fresh, telling them go about 2-3 minutes. We'll get you out for a quick puff.
Yeah, and again, that allows them to keep up the intensity the entire game, and that makes it tough. Even if you hang with them for a little while, down that second half, it gets real tired.
Cardington's got a couple of their younger players in. Here's one of them right here, the freshman Blevins. Longsdorff, nice lob inside. Look at the 9th grader going to work.
You got to like, though, that effort. The good footwork. She good set her up. She's trying to step under around her. Good defense, though, but it was a really solid move, especially for a freshman guard down there and playing in the post.
You don't mind that miss so much. It's
No,
a girl just trying to make something happen down in the lane. Labaki catch and shoot.
Yeah, that's where if you're Cardington, you like to see that ball get maybe outlet a little deeper and try to get a few transition buckets there because I think they had an opportunity. They just couldn't get it out.
Catch on the baseline by Hall, gives it up, and that one comes up short for Longsdorff. Final shot on the way here for the Lady Colts. Trying to cap off a superb first half. Belcher misses. Good if it goes for Labaki. But man, the damage has been done for Clear Fork. 32-11 is the count as they head into the locker room. Stay with us though. We got plenty more action still on the way. 2 more quarters of regulation in the MWD Logistics halftime report. The Lady Colts too are here in the house, so we'll show you some of their performance as well. You're watching live and free girls high school hoops exclusively on OH Report.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog, and you're not. Hall of Fame coach turned future Hall of Fame host.
Now he's on TV hosting his own highlighted out team in the Joe Show zone. Hall of Fame coach, now a host, sharing our stories from coast to coast. From the court to the screen, he's the best. Joe's legacy lives on in the Joe Show quest.
Because this is my show. And it's an all-new me in the new year. Deal with it.
You guys are enjoying live and free girls high school basketball thanks to our amazing sponsors. How about PANCHOS Tacos? Come on down to PANCHOS to get the best food and drinks in town by trying their signature delicious tacos, rice bowls, fajitas, and margaritas after the game. We will see you soon, amigos, and I'm definitely going to be there. So I will see you guys there if you go to the Bellville location tonight after the game. SPHERION Mid-Ohio. Let us help you build the career that you want or the awesome team you want. They build real relationships with you so they can understand what you need and get it for you fast. MWD Logistics. If you need a warehousing and logistics partner that gets your storage needs, store and move your inventory seamlessly into your customers' hands with MWD Logistics. Also, thank you to Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows and doors since 1970, located in downtown Mansfield. And Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent bank. We're going to be back in about 1 minute. I've got Emma Bell hanging out with me. She's going to break down your first half stats. It's halftime here in the Clear Fork Valley as we welcome you back into Les Hauenstein Gymnasium. The Lady Colts, mini Colts version, putting on a show as they always do at halftime. These girls are the real deal, and so is my star intern, Emma Bell, who's been tracking stats with me basically half of the basketball season. And Emma, you were getting a workout there, putting numbers down in the turnover column for Cardington. That's probably been their worst half of basketball, I would think, in that department. I mean, wow.
Yeah, they had 18 turnovers. Clear Fork was pressuring. They were looking for turnovers. They were forcing those turnovers in the first half. And in the first quarter, Clear Fork came out on fire.
On
yeah, on fire. Rebound-wise, Clear Fork has 14 rebounds. For Cardington, 13. It hasn't really been a sloppy foul game. Clear Fork has had control of the ball most of the first half. Ball movement-wise, Clear Fork is they take ball movement very seriously over here. So
indeed, they do.
Cardington just can't seem to find ball movement. Every ball they pass, Clear Fork is there, turns it over every time. But yeah, that's
almost like the right expression. Like, it just feels like they want to take a deep breath on offense at times, and Clear Fork's not allowing that at all.
No.
They're really getting after them defensively, and that's been so far the biggest difference maker. Is there's
the
been
hustle.
A lot of hustle on one side, a little bit of panic on the other. Some younger players coming in for Cardington, and they just have not been able to rise up to the exertion the Clear Fork's
Cardington's
given.
also been pressed the whole entire game, which is where most of their turnovers are coming from. They can't even get past half court without a turnover, so hopefully the second half looks a little bit better for them.
I'm sure the Cardington fans certainly are hoping that is going to be the case here in this second half. I can't imagine the Clear Fork gets off to any better start than what we saw at the beginning of the game. Was it 14-0? Do you remember? It was at least 11.
Yeah, it was 11. Yeah, 11-0.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Cardington was getting frustrated. Players on the court were yelling at each other. Sometimes it happens, though. I mean, just got to get your head right.
Well, you hope it never happens to you and your favorite team. And I saw that we've got the pirate ship out there commenting. Tyler Slusher, what's going on, man? Watching from his living room in Cardington tonight. His keys to victory for the Lady Pirates are limit the turnovers. Ay, that's not going so well. And get some rebounds. As you saw, also, they're behind on the stat sheet for that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tim, have your partner quit showing so much love for Clear Fork. Jim not loving all the Lady Colt pride. We'll have Tim back on the mic here in a second. Suzanne tuning in from Lima tonight, cheering on the Lady Colts. So is Jeannie and Tony and Sharon. A lot of LCPs coming in here on the comment section. Jerry Marshall says the Colts looking good from Clear Fork's west vantage point in Colorado Springs, my home state. Good to have you tuning in here live and free tonight, Jerry. And this, your swan song here, Emma. This is your last night as an OH Report intern. So we hope that you've enjoyed your time here.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a blast so far, and we'll still get you for the rest of the nights. But thank you for delivering that awesome stat update here for us.
Of course, Brian.
All right, well, welcome Tim Maceyko back into the fold now. And Tim, we were breaking down those first half numbers, and I'll bring them up for you one more time. Obviously, wasn't the prettiest thing that we've seen so far for the Pirates. No three-pointers, 8 on the other side for Clear Fork. What a difference.
Yeah, I was talking to Madison Calkins over here while you were giving this halftime stats, and I said, Madison, you're wide open in that corner. Why did you shoot the ball? And she says, well, I don't shoot out there. And I said, well, I think you may want to reconsider that in this next quarter. So let's see if she pulls the trigger by chance, if she happens to get open. I mean, normally post players aren't comfortable shooting out there, but I just mess with her a little bit, see if she'll actually pull the trigger. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully Coach Fitzpatrick doesn't get mad at me if she does, misses and airballs or something, and says, what are you doing? We're talking to the guy announcing. He's not a coach.
Sometimes they look at us like we know what we're talking about, though, Tim.
It's easier here than it is down there, I can tell you that. I've been in Coach Fitzpatrick's spot before, and it's hard here at Clear Fork. They're up big on you, and you just got to kind of play through it.
We'll see what they do defensively here in the second half, creating some havoc. How about Madison coming up with the defense? And this is probably the best place for her to go, just right down low.
She told me she was going to shoot this quarter. She'd come out aggressive that time, so that was impressive. Well done. And good read, good aggressive defense, too. A little bit of a scramble action or something going on there. Yep, a little bit of scramble. They're trying to, double team the ball. Just going to let loose and see what happens.
Only took them about a dozen seconds to cash in 2 points off of a giveaway. And a jump ball is going to give Cardington the basketball. Let's take one more look at Maddie's last bucket.
Yeah, just a great coast-to-coast basically play. Just aggressive. It's the most aggressive we've seen her.
Colts going to keep the full court press on.
And here's the key. You got to handle this and not panic.
They're able to evade the pressure. Oh, man.
And that's a tough one because Madison was looking to cut, and then London was looking to throw to her where she was, not where she was heading.
Clean look. Barnett a little short. Labaki.
We talked about this right here. You can't give them those second shots because they shoot too well. And there it is. I mean, that second shot makes all the difference.
And now Blue Ball read that one all the way. Annika looking to go back to back. Colts going to keep it, but we'll show you that previous three. And Labaki, she really likes the corners, and specifically on that right side, so Lady Pirates might want to find her over there.
Yeah, they keep, allowing that to be open because they're diving in for help side, but you really can't do that at this point.
Another opportunity here for Clear Fork created by just battling on the offensive glass. Sets up Labaki again. No second chance points.
Well,
but a third look.
I was going to say, that's going to happen, though, when you are scrambling, and that basically means that your player's leaving a player to go double team, and everyone's rotating around. So that backside, if they can manage to skip that ball, is going to be wide open. That's just one of the, problems with that kind of a defense. You're trying to be aggressive, but when you're double teaming, that means somebody's open.
Barnett in a crowd tosses it over a triple team. Pirates recover nicely. Now swarmed is Blue Boss. She kicks it out. Barnett finds the back iron. And the possession ends Calkins skying for a board.
Yeah, good aggressive rebound right there.
Offensive foul. We're heading the other way. Celia Hall dropping the shoulder here down on the block.
That's a tough one. I think as an official, because I used to officiate as well, and those are the toughest calls. You always have your opinions on them. It's supposed to be if I go through your torso, et cetera, but that's just tough calls. So I don't try not to ever judge those. The call is the call.
It goes down as the first personal foul on either unit as Labaki, little scoop job at the rim, and that's her first two-pointer after knocking down 4 triples.
Looked like Calkins just kind of fell and then left that lane open. There's no help side because of her trip there.
Blue Ball, boy, she has been dynamic tonight as a defender, and she'll be fouled heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, again, that defense has just been the story of the night, hasn't it? Just always reading and looking for those pickoffs. Those skip passes are so dangerous against a team like this.
Second foul against Blevins. Lands Blue Ball on the line. First free throws of the evening for the Lady Colts.
Lady Colts, number 21 Kalani, number 15 Belter. For the Pirates, it's number 10.
Labaki takes his seat.
Number 24 Henthorne, and number 20
So Cardington's going to have to stop the bleeding here in the next few minutes, or this game is effectively
Could be lights
over.
out, sure.
Yeah. But yet it's only, you say, oh, it's 25 points, but it's only 25 points, but you have to cut that lead down before the fourth quarter. And we've seen flashes, right? We've seen flashes. We just haven't seen consistency.
That's what they're going to have to get. A couple baskets back-to-back would be a great start for them. See if they can get a three. They will actually, long two, they say.
Yeah, but you like to see that. Kinston set up outside. She is their three shooter, and she got a good look. Must have just been on the line.
So the junior comes through, and now defensively looking to create some havoc as Belcher loses the handle.
A triple team on the ball here, basically.
Hardwick gets it out of harm's way. Lob inside wide open. So there it is. I asked for back-to-back buckets. It might be the first time all night Pirates have been able to execute like that.
Yeah, they're being aggressive now. They're attacking the rim. And that time, I think Clear Fork made a mistake. They put 3 people on Hardwick when you probably only wanted 2. In fact, Coach Sellers is calling a timeout. He's actually lecturing one of the players right now. So that's probably the conversation you're having. Hey, we only 3 of you on. That's a little too easy.
2 should suffice.
Yeah.
It's just one lady over there. Clear Fork with a 7-6 advantage here in this quarter. Here is the last lob inside for the junior Calkins.
Yeah, we've seen some really good aggressive play there. But again, you just got to keep handling this Clear Fork pressure, because here's the thing about Clear Fork, they're not going to quit. And the thing I noticed about Cardington this year, though, is they don't quit either. Like they've been down huge. They're down to Fredericton, I think, 18 points at the half, and came back and won that game. So, you're down, what are we here, 22? So it's a chance that you can still get a few more buckets and get a little momentum shift and start to crawl your way back into it. But it's tough. It's tough when you're playing a team like Clear Fork to try to do that.
And especially the way that their star Annika Labaki has performed so far tonight. How about 19 points, 5 threes?
5 threes. That's just amazing. It came out on fire. What'd she hit, 3 in a row?
Started the game in fuego.
Yeah, just on fire. And that set the tone for where we're at here in the middle of the third quarter.
Labaki, though, over on the sideline. That's the head coach, Scott Sellers. So an opportunity for the Pirates to try to claw their way back in it. Leading scorer on the bench.
See, and that's Clear Fork's game, too. You notice she went in, and she actually had a pretty good lane, and the whole defense collapsed and left the perimeter, and there was 4 shooters open for an opportunity there. And again, they just do that so well. You can tell they just drill it and drill it and drill it. It's second nature to them.
Labaki overshoots Weichel, and so it'll be another Colt giveaway.
Going to go deep on this.
Solid catch there by Powell.
Yeah, she comes off the bench, and she's given some really good solid minutes throughout the course of the year for Cardington.
Yeah, everybody in Cardington's corner all asking for a foul here. As a little bit of crowd, a couple of hands there on the body of Hardwick.
Yeah, and I don't disagree it was a foul, but I think that was one of those where he probably might have let it go and just had play through it until the crowd got riled up, and he said, okay, we better keep this under control. But it was the right call, I think.
Referees are so good. Don't often let the fans' involvement influence them out on the floor.
Yeah, that's one of the first things they tell you. You just got to call your call.
Swirls out. Offensive rebound for Powell. Doing some nice things here of late.
And here's the thing about officiating. It doesn't matter what you call. Half the gym is not going to like you for that call.
Every time.
Coming in for Lady Colts, number 25, Barnett.
I actually, a couple of nights ago, bellied up for a couple of beverages with some referees, and they said there needs to be a short documentary about our night, our journey, what it's like from start to finish, and then the conversations we have afterwards.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I said I'm all in. It's up to you guys if you want that to be all out there.
Well, they've got a thankless job. Because if you do a job well, no one says anything to you. But as soon as you mess up,
that's right.
It's all over. Really good job there.
Yeah, poked away from Barnett. A 2-on-none here leads it to Hall. Nice fast break points for the Pirates.
Yeah, it's down to 20 points here. So if they can keep this intensity up, maybe crawl this back into the mid-teens.
Yeah, these next 3.5 minutes of this third are going to be huge for Cardington.
You just wait for Clear Fork to hit another 3, though. And
Come on.
No, so I didn't even get finished just saying it. And that's the thing. You feel like you're doing well and you're scoring points. And they hit a 3 a couple times, and it's just lights out.
It's been the vibe.
Yeah.
On cue when they've needed it. That's how the storyline has gone here tonight for the Lady Colts. Big block, too. Smacked away.
And there's that competitiveness of Jill Berkey. Just comes out and just out-muscles the other player. I mean, just a phenomenal job by a young player.
Second foul on the perimeter on Belcher. It's going to be the third against Clear Fork. Rosie Stover back into the game for the second time tonight. So Coach Sellers going a little bit deeper into his bench.
And again, as we talked about, you're trying to get ready for a tournament run, so I'm sure you want to rotate as many kids in as you can.
Down the baseline, the kick out, catch and shoot. Tipped. Pirates keep it alive, and they get points from Halliburton.
Yeah, just being in the right place and getting the backside rebound. She had good position on the defender.
Colts have had a lot of counter punches anytime Cardington's been able to get some buckets. Belcher threads the needle. Rosie lost it. On the drive goes Hall. Came up a little bit short. So was that one.
Oh, third opportunity for Cardington, though, so aggressive on the boards. Now, the thing is, they got to finish now.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Boy, what a defensive effort right there. Just ripped it right out of her hands.
Yeah, that's that aggressive defense and just another turnover.
Elena Pelkey with the theft there. And it's the 22nd against Cardington. As Labaki drains yet another.
Now, she's been amazing, hasn't she?
20 points for Labaki tonight. And we get a carry, I think, there as well. So Clear Fork's getting the ball back. Everything going their way.
Yeah, their shooting ability is just amazing as a team. You have certain kids that are hitting shots, but you have other kids that are stepping up and hitting them in the crucial situations. And every time Cardington kind of gets a little momentum going, Clear Fork says, not so fast, not so fast.
Just when you thought the Pirates might make a push. A couple big shots here and there for the Lady Colts. Pirates still playing strong, though, with Calkins going to get down low inside off the feed from Hardwick.
Now, I mentioned this earlier, but again, I got to give her credit. You notice how she caught that ball, and she got her body under her and then made a nice, strong move versus being off balance. And, I just see that so many times when close players catch the ball, they're off balance, they get bumped, and they just shoot it, and as they're falling away. But she's squaring up, making a strong, aggressive move, and it's working.
She's got 5 points now. Everybody on the floor right now for the Pirates, at least one bucket. Belcher, chance to add 2 points to her total.
Yeah, I'll say I think the Pirates got what they wanted that time. They made a kind of a hard drive, a tough angle, good position, and
Sure.
they just bailed them out by kind of reaching across versus walling up, as we say, straight up and down. But again, nice strong drive by Clear Fork. They every time Cardington does something positive, Clear Fork gives you an answer.
Ashton Wine just checked back in. The sophomore spells out Labaki, who's already got 20 points on the night. May not need her in the fourth quarter, but if you're Annika and you're shooting this way, you're probably, asking for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think you would be.
Oh, nice dribble in traffic. Poked away from Halliburton.
You notice the good teams defensively are always chasing the ball. Even when you get beat, they're not giving up and get up late. There was 3 girls that are on her tail and kind of force her to go hard.
Yeah, the Colts they're certainly starting to peak right now. You can tell this is a team just brimming, oozing with confidence. And at both ends of the floor, defensively though, very locked in. Blue ball left hand, a little too much on that one.
Well, and that's been my impression that Cardington probably wants them to drive rather than get that set up 3 outside, right? I mean, that's what I think. You want to force that drive and force those tough shots.
That was Jill Berkey with the rebound and the putback, but no splash the other way. Long rebound, though, caroms out to the freshman Thrush. And no more fouls to give, so not a great one right there, as that's going to end with 2 free throws.
That's tough, like you said. You get out of the quarter and don't give up 3 points, but to the point down here before, a nice feed by Madison into Jill Berkey. She misses the first one. She gets a nice putback because she stays with her shot. That's the competitiveness I love about her, just going to keep with it, keep with it, keep with it, and it paid off.
You can tell that kid's going to develop into a star here, maybe even with her next season as a sophomore.
Yeah, I said if she spends this offseason and really wants to bear down and work on it, she could come back and be one of the top players in the league next year quickly. But then again, it always comes down to how much do you want that? Are you content playing?
Yeah, summertime's fun by the pool too, Tim.
Yeah,
Don't always want to be in the driveway. Here's Berkey, or excuse me. It's going to be poked out of bounds here off the long rebound of Blevins.
Well, one thing I know about Jill, too, is the Berkey family's big in horses. And Jill is happier, she said, when she's out with her horses than any place else. So that always plays into it. She said she gets up at 4 a.m. Oh, the big bucket at the buzzer by Hardwick. A good look. And there you go.
That's a way to close the frame in style for Abigail. Kaboom from half court. But the damage has been done. Big lead for Clear Fork as we head to money time.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
It is money time here in the Colt Corral. Clear Fork fans have been enjoying the first 3 quarters of action. They lead 45-28. And that young lady who was about to go get the basketball has been a big part of it. 20 points for Annika Labaki, the senior, here tonight.
Well, I said this before the game, and it looks like it probably will hold true here. And I said if they score more than 40 points, they pretty much don't lose. And they got 45 so far.
Yeah,
so.
Pretty on brand for that right now. Unless the Lady Pirates got some big tricks up their sleeve. Going to have to be virtually flawless, I think, on the offensive end here in the 4th. As they set up Labaki. And how about it?
Why not? It's all been falling. Well, they got some numbers here. Let's see if they can finish.
Abigail on the run in the left hand.
Great transition offense that time. As soon as the make comes out, they ran hard. And this is what I like about Cardington. They don't quit.
Seldom see the Lady Colts get beaten, especially not off a made bucket, as that's a sharp crossover, setting up Belcher. And she misfires. Berkey with the board, trying to send ahead. Bad decision as it's picked off.
Yeah, she never saw her coming across. Good defense right there. Good read.
And now Weichel from 3. Jill another board.
Now you notice Cardington is trying to play as as up tempo as they possibly can without being totally out of control. It's pretty obvious that Coach said these next couple minutes matter more than anything, right? Because you get 2 or 3 minutes into this, it's pretty much over if you can't cut that lead down a little bit.
Never an easy situation to be in, down 18, time running out. Because to your point, you want to be fast and furious, but you also got to protect each possession. They're so valuable in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, because sometimes that fast pace just leads to more turnovers, so it's hard.
Oh! Foul on the floor, but you could hear that one. That was like a volleyball smack here from Blue Ball.
Yeah, the home crowd is wanting the block, and I don't know. What do you think? I'm not commenting.
Referees right there might have got her a little bit on the ponytail on the follow-through. That's what I'm thinking, Tim.
All right, fair enough. Either way, she's at the line and can gain 2 more for Cardington.
8 points now for our player spotlight and team leading scorer, Abigail Hardwick.
Again, you can't get too worked up and excited, but you are 17 points. So we've, as Cardington, you said, okay, we've cut in the lead a little bit here. Just keep doing what we're doing, and the next couple minutes matter. But if you're Coach Sellers, you're just saying, keep doing what we're doing. It's been working the whole game. I don't think it's going to change. Stay confident.
It is 4-3 now in the fourth in favor of the Pirate ship.
Yeah, a lot of contact there, a lot of pushing, hand check.
And Belcher does a nice job of kind of sitting sideways, leaning some of her body weight into the defender, creating that contact.
Yeah, a lot of times if you play with your lower body and keep those hands off, the officials won't even call that as far as the defense. They'll allow that contact, but once you get those hands on the hip, it makes it a little tougher.
Barnett on the dash to the hoop, pushes the Lady Colts to half 100.
That was a nice out-of-bounds play for them, and just, didn't expect it if you're a Pirate. You were thinking overplay, and you got beat on the back.
Brinley's got 7 now. Pirates looking for an answer here at the other end. Hardwick's been getting very aggressive, trying to find her own shot.
Well, and that's what she's done in several games in the second half when they've been down, and this one just might be a little too much, but I do like the fact she's now kind of being more aggressive like you'd like to see.
The decision-making it's been questionable at times for the Pirates here offensively. Same there for Belcher as she tosses it into the hands of the defense.
I'm not
surprised no call coming right here, putting Halliburton on her backside.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, there's a lot of contact there, knocked her down, and just didn't get the call. We've seen that a few times tonight, though. They've let some things go that you would think maybe they would call, but that's just part of the game, right? You play through it and you move on.
No one call is going to make or break a game. Calkins.
What a nice-looking shot there.
It was. Yeah, that was dead on line. And then the hustle to keep it in bounds there, just unfortunately for her, Weichel on the other end. Down the lane, Blue Bomb makes the catch in traffic and knocked away by Hardwick.
And here's where Abby will go really hard and try to get into the lane.
Oh, what a spin! Oh, that would have been spectacular.
That was tough.
Colts hold them to a one and done. They set up Labaki. And that would have blown the top off this place. Student section was ready to erupt as we get a foul. I want to take one last look at that shot attempt. The spin, oh, so close there for Hardwick.
Yeah, just lost balance. That's really, it would have been a tough way to make a shot. But, I like the fact Cardington's going hard. They're not quitting. They're saying, okay, we're down, but we're not just going to settle. We're getting ready for tournament. We got a lot to play for yet, so this is more reps.
And even within this game, 5 minutes here, if you trim this down to single figures by the end, accomplishment. You've outdueled them big time in the fourth quarter if that's the case.
Absolutely. And I like the fact that Madison took that really nice looking three. You don't normally see her shoot that, so she actually squared up, and it was a good looking shot. We had a great view from behind on that.
Sure.
And it was good form.
Well, little birdie kind of landed on her shoulder up here in the press area, telling her, line it up, shoot it.
I know she can shoot, but for some reason she just doesn't pull the trigger enough for Cardington, and I think that she needs to do that, especially in tournament. If they're going to leave that wide open, they don't realize you can shoot. So shoot it, right?
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, it's Coach Fitzpatrick's decision on if she's going to shoot that or not in a real game, right? But today, this situation, it's practice time.
It made sense, Tim. Let's see if you guys are making sense out in the comment section tonight. Brian Ballard chiming in. Labaki, the best three-point shooter in the MOAC. It's hard to argue. I mean, she's got about 50 makes now after tonight. Big outing.
Best I've seen around lately. Phenomenal.
Do want to invite everybody in the Valley. Come out to Pancho's Tacos after the game tonight. You want to join us tonight, Tim?
I might
it's
have
Taco
to do that.
Tuesday, baby.
Taco Tuesday. You can't hard to pass that up, right?
Got a new sponsor on board, so we got to treat them right. Reciprocate. Get out there, and their food, phenomenal. I go there at least once every couple of weeks. Margarito and the crew at the Bellville location. Great folks. Right back at you. Labaki catching a piece of that throw in from Hall, so they'll do it all over again.
Coach is saying ball fake. A good hard ball fake, and you probably would have made that play.
Berkey with the dribble away from the basket, but how about her collecting her own miss?
Yeah, just love that. Just stays with it and keeps coming at you.
Yeah, watch the instincts here. Just bounds, grabs it, absorbs the hit, able to make it through the bottom.
Don't look now, but it's only 16 points.
That's
now.
right.
They are slowly crawling back into this a little bit. Not that they necessarily are going to win, but like you said, if we get this down to a reasonable thing, Coach can call a timeout and figure out what he wants to do. But more importantly, you're just looking for positive reps at the end of the game.
For sure. In-game reps against a quality opponent and then winning some of these little battles within the greater war. That's what it's about here in this fourth quarter for the Pirates. Labaki keeps taking dead aim. Can't blame her.
Oh, my. Okay.
Triple team, big crowd around. And it ends up with a travel. Let's see. 50-50, definitely the pivot foot moves.
It's those are hard calls. It's a hard call, so you just live with it, you keep playing.
Annika may be going for a school record tonight. Threes made in a game, I'm not sure. It seems like they're really wanting this next
you
one.
wonder why she's still shooting all those threes, right?
Right.
So there's obviously a reason for that because, right now you might be wanting to run a little clock and be a little more patient, but, boy, they are gunning.
I think she's knocked down 7 threes in the game.
Okay.
Unofficially, we'll make sure afterwards. I mean, clearly she's in the clubhouse to be our SPHERION Mid-Ohio MVP. Let's see if she knocks this one down.
Yeah.
This is their last 4 or 5.
The fans over there are really hyped up for her to make one, so you must be correct. There must be a good reason
Let's see if she pulls up here, Tim.
Yep, she pulled it out and draws the foul.
It's going to be just the second, though, on the Pirates. Labaki, boy, she has been motoring up and down the floor looking for her own shot, but probably just checked out for the final time here tonight.
Well, Coach definitely gave her plenty of opportunities to hit another shot there.
Yeah. Final 3.5 minutes. Lady Colts have been in control from the jump if you're just joining us. They came stampeding out to a 14-zip advantage. Cardington's had to battle their way out. And they've continued to fight, to battle, and scrap the entire way. Trying to get this thing down to single digits by the end of the game. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good attacks there. On that first one where CC Hall went in and attacked that hard drive and then missed that layup, that momentum's carrying you so fast that sometimes it's hard to, we always talk about turn the hand, be soft with a quarter turn of the hand because you come in there a little hard on the straight up shot and it just careens off there.
Sure.
But they did a good job of getting the rebound, move the ball around, end up at the foul line anyway. Now, I heard Coach Edwards was going to listen tonight, and I got to mention those former Cardington coach Jamie Edwards, all those KMAC titles, and he's down at Olentangy, and they're ranked, number 2 in the state this year?
They're big time.
So, I mean, he's went there and won some some great games and done some phenomenal things. They got a lot of skill sets down there, so I want to give him a shout-out tonight. Let him know that we respect that effort that he's doing out down there.
No question about it. I mean, earned getting a new job and was the class of the KMAC when he was coaching for the Pirates. They won it every year he was there, right?
Yeah. Until last year, it was ever since
It
the
was all
KMAC was
Cardington,
formed, it was
that's right.
Cardington. Cardington won the girls' championship every year.
Now playing with a lot of pride down the stretch. How about this take end-to-end off the theft for Blevins?
Great finish by the freshman.
So London getting in on the mix. Down to just 13. Second look. That last finish, left hand. And again, you talked about the momentum that's carrying you in there. You're showing a nice little soft kiss off the glass.
Yeah, that time, London was able to kind of pull up and, like you said, softly lay it off there. Really well done, because a lot of times that's just hard to do.
Labaki actually back out onto the floor, so they are eyeballing getting number 10. Another clean look from downtown. Matched up with Powell.
Yeah, I hear the coaches over my ear on the side, no Morgan. In other words, they're saying, do not leave her open on the perimeter.
No
Just
need.
stay out there.
Belcher gets her head whipped around just in time and then picks up her third personal. And that's going to lead to free throws here for the Pirates.
Yeah, now if you hit these, we got an 11-point ball game.
Yes.
So to our point, that just getting good reps and trying to kind of crawl your way back in here and make a good solid show here in the fourth quarter. And Cardington, for the most part, has done that.
London will get one more. She made the last 2 points of the game. She's got 5, looking for 6. And a chance to make it 10-5 Cardington here in the fourth.
I know it's number 12 for Cardington. Jill Huff is out there, and she's played a lot of JV ball this year. Not many varsity minutes, but I was mentioning to you before that I really think this young kid's got a bright future if she works on off season. She definitely could give them some valuable minutes in the next year.
Here she is coming out with the pressure, looking to move her feet well. As the Colts got them set up 5 wide, basically the 4-corner look.
Yeah, it looks like they might be content just to run the clock out.
Labaki's going to be looking for hers, we know that. Can they get her another clean look from beyond the arc before this thing is finished and set what we assume would be a school record, probably her own record?
Well, and I actually like this by Scott Sellers because this is something you may need in tournament as well, and maybe something you haven't practiced lately. I don't know. And that's exactly what you're looking for. You're just being patient, and when the defense overplays, then you get that backdoor cut for the easy 2. Otherwise, you're just content running clock. So well done by Clear Fork.
Nice job by Rosie Stover getting into the scoring book, her first points of the evening. As we're down to our final 60 seconds. Lady Colts picking up where they started the game with big-time defense. Barnett leaving it off. Weichel in transition. And a timeout taken by the Colts, who own the last 4 points of the action.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, it's this kind of a lead, 50 seconds, what are you doing calling a timeout, coach? Well, it's because you want to get those subs in and get those other players off the court. So, a lot of respect for that, actually, to give those other kids at least a minute here down the stretch and give them some varsity experience.
The bench has been unloaded for Clear Fork.
Again, let's give Cardington credit for crawling back into this. They never really got close enough for Coach Sellers to feel threatened, but they also were close enough to make it look respectable and feel a little better about themselves as they close this game out. And so no matter what happens here for the final score, I think Cardington takes that away and says, okay, look, we had moments. Go back and look at the film. What can we do better for tournament? And for Coach Sellers, you can say, hey, we got a lot of different good looks. We like some things.
Sure.
Hit some threes tonight. Wow, amazing. Just shot lights out.
Had 8 threes made at the half, did Clear Fork. A dozen for the game in total.
Wow, that's just amazing.
Makes up a good chunk of their offense tonight.
Yeah, well, it's obvious. It's either to the rim or kick out for the three. There's no in between. There's no mid-range jumpers for this program. It's to the rim or to the three-point line.
And especially once they got some of the hot hands fired from outside, Labaki especially. As we get a tie-up and a jump ball.
And see, even when the bench comes in, they are jumping around. They're fired up to get an opportunity. And it's not just a give-me moment, right? They're out there trying to take a little pride themselves. So I like that energy that young lady just brought to the court.
Allison Montgomery is going to get the last 23 seconds on the floor in the lane. We'll see if they try to set up the senior with a look. She's battling inside. She wants it. Matched up with Longsdorf and tipped out of bounds by Powell. So Clear Fork will just have to inbound it here into the backcourt.
Well, I think now as you head into tournament, you got to feel pretty good for both teams and their opportunities. Like we talked about pregame, I think both could make some runs. They just got to execute. So great game tonight.
Especially if you are a fan of the Lady Colts as they take care of business here at home, where they have been so good all season. This team now 8-2 in the friendly confines of the Colt Corral. We'll take a quick commercial break. We will be back. We will hear from your SPHERION Mid-Ohio player of the game, Miss Annika Labaki, with her big-time performance, knocked down a bunch of trifectas. We'll also give you stats and info. Me and Tim will close things out here in the MWD Logistics post-game show. You're watching live and free high school sports on OH.REPORT.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog, and you're not. Hall of Fame coach turned future Hall of Fame host.
Now he's on TV hosting his own highlighting our team in the Joseph zone. Hall of Fame coach, now a host, sharing our stories from coast to coast. From the court to the screen, he's the best. Jules like to see Liz on in the Joe Show quest.
Because this is my show. And it's an all-new me in the new year. Deal with it.
just enjoyed Live and Free Girls Hoops. Tipping off your Tuesday night thanks to generous contributions from PANCHOS Tacos. Come on down to PANCHOS to get the best food and drinks in town by trying their delicious tacos. It is Taco Tuesday. They got rice bowls, fajitas, margs, and more. Come on down after the game. They will see you soon, amigos. SPHERION Mid-Ohio. Let them help you build the career that you want or the awesome team you want. They build real relationships with you so that they can understand what you need and get it for you fast. MWD Logistics. If you need a warehousing and logistic partner that gets your storage needs, well, you can store and move your inventory seamlessly into your customers' hands with MWD Logistics. Big thank you to Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows, and doors since 1970. And Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only community bank. Now, let's welcome you back for the MWD Logistics post-game show. I am Brian. The great Emma Bell is joining me now. And fantastic performance here by the Lady Colts of Clear Fork, getting it done. And they got it done kind of all over the floor. I think there was a lot to like about the way they performed tonight.
Yeah, both on the defense side and offensive side of things. They had control of most of the game, as you can see, having 54 points. Low number of turnovers compared to Cardington. Cardington ended up having 27 compared to Clear Fork, but they only had 13. Yeah, it was actually, I think Cardington was starting to chip away in the second half, though. They came back a little bit. They were once down by, I think, 13.
And they played them pretty even there, the rest of the way. It was just that hot start. Labaki making 3 straight threes to open up the game. And sometimes you trip and stumble into a little bit of a hole, and it's tough to shake that off and really overcome in the long game.
It's just hard to come back from a 20-point
no question
difference like that. But Cardington, they did slowly chip away. They could have definitely given up, but
they got back into it.
Yeah, they stuck there with Clear Fork. And I think they also pressured Clear Fork a little bit more in the second half, too. They didn't have as many turnovers as they did in the first half, which was good to see, but
let's take a look at the final stats of the night, brought to you by MWD Logistics. And you see all those trifectas for the Lady Colts, a dozen of them. That is a ton. Rebounding about the same, but then the turnovers, as you alluded to, for Cardington. You're just not going to win games on the road, certainly not at the Colt Corral if you turn it over 27 times. No way.
Yeah, no way that's going to happen.
So all things just not going in favor of the Pirates. But we do have our most valuable player standing by. We're going to take a quick 30-second commercial timeout. When we come back, you will hear from the sharpshooter, Annika Labaki, on the other side.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Emma Bell back here for the SPHERION Mid-Ohio MVP Annika Labaki with a game high of 23 points. You came out firing in the first quarter, 9 points in like the first 3 minutes, I think it was. How are you feeling right now after having a big high-scoring game?
I mean, we're feeling pretty good. I mean, ultimately, like, that's a team effort. That could have gone for anybody, you know. A lot of girls, you know, had a lot of stats. I mean, obviously it can't just be me getting those points. I mean, there comes assists, steals, good defense from, you know, the other players too. So
obviously Cardington had 27 turnovers. You guys were pressuring them every ball you were after. How do you think you handled their team's pressure tonight?
I mean, I think we handled it pretty well. I think it was a little rocky at first, but I mean, our point guards, Brindley and Mel, Kylie do a pretty good job of, you know, handling that pressure. So
what do you think were the key factors that led to your team's victory?
I think our pressure, honestly, pressuring them, that's a big thing, especially going into tournaments, working on our defense, just getting prepared to, you know, pressure.
Any shout-outs?
Sorry, I'm like getting really distracted. Yeah, shout-outs to my my family for, you know, always supporting me. So
congrats on your win tonight.
Thank
you, Annika.
Thank you.
Back to you, Brian.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Back here at the Colt Corral to wrap things up in Bellville. 54-38, Clear Fork a winner here at home. And they've got just one more game coming up in the friendly confines here. They'll next be on the road. And for Cardington, well, that's looking way ahead actually to the tournament here. We're not going to get that just yet. Both of these teams each have a couple of games left before they get into tournament action. But it was a big night here, of course, for the Lady Colts. And Emma Bell with us for the final time this season on OH Report. And it's been great having you around, being our stat tracker, conducting some interviews. And I feel like we've broken you a little bit out of your comfort zone, and you've done everything that we've asked of you, Emma. It's been a job well done.
Yeah, I remember the first game. I was kind of thrown into it at the River Valley game.
That's how we do.
I did a halftime show, and I did not know what I was doing. But, yeah, I definitely think I've grown. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Happy to have you around. Trial by fire, and you survived, Emma. So you're going to be taking off going to Australia here soon. What creature are you most afraid to face one-on-one in the wild if it breaks down to it?
I don't know.
There's
I think
a lot
snake,
of options.
Snakes.
Yep.
Actually, the spiders.
They got big ones, don't they?
I want to make friends with the kangaroos. I think
naturally.
I want to see a kangaroo.
Those things are jacked, so you might want to make friends.
Yeah, but like still, I just want to see a kangaroo. That'd be so cool. Or a koala bear.
I think you're going to get an opportunity to do all the above.
Yeah, walking to class, koala bears are just in the trees.
Well, I look forward to seeing those photos.
I'll send pics.
Make sure that you remember us people back here in the States.
Of course I will.
All right, Emma, I'm going to let you kind of wrap things up here. Just thank everyone for watching and our sponsors and everything. You got this.
A huge thanks to our sponsors tonight, the future of local sports. Hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for your time. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.